Okay. Hey there, YouTube land, and tonight it's a guest review. Actually, I've got my kids Matt and Cass here, and they're going to be actually reviewing the movie. Bring them up. Sorority Row. It's a remake of actually one of our favorite slasher films of all time.
Remake is
So,
a relative term, I suppose.
so I'm going to go and make some tea because for me it's time for tea, but for these guys here, it's time to do their guest review on the slasher film that we just literally moments ago finished watching. Um,
yes.
so give a plot description of it, mention notable cast members, and talk a little bit about themselves.
Mention notable.
Okay.
Notable cast member.
Okay.
All right. So this is
Uh,
a remake of Sorority House on Sorority Row.
Yeah.
In name and name alone, apparently it's based off the original script, Seven Sisters, but I've never read the original script, but I've seen the movie, and it's not that.
Yeah, it's not like it has the same sort of concept.
Not
like,
exactly.
yeah, because someone dies and they think it's that person.
Yeah, but that's
come
the
back
concept
from
of
the dead.
every slasher, essentially.
No, it's not always about who came back from the dead.
It's pretty similar to
Okay.
a lot of stuff. Either way, though.
The plot is there's like 7 sisters, and
High five! First joke! Yeah! No,
there's 7 sisters in a sorority, and one of their boyfriends cheats on them, and so like they all plan this big terrible idea that they're gonna pretend. Yeah, practical joke. A terrible idea that they're going to pretend that the girl who her name's Megan, Megan's they're gonna pretend she's dead. They're gonna pretend he killed her.
through overdose
With
of rupees.
that his sister gave him. And so they're gonna so they take her out to dispose of the body while he's still freaking out, and they're all like, oh my god, he's so dumb, which he kind of is because he was talking a bunch and moving and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we have to, in order to make it seem more real, the smart girl's like, we have to get all the air out of the lungs so that she doesn't just float to the top of the lake. And so when they're all going around being like, yeah, let's find rocks to cut up the body, he stabs her through the chest with a tire iron.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? It was a joke. What? He's like, I want to get the air out of the lungs so it doesn't float. And they were all like, oh my god. And they were like, oh no, we gotta stop the blood. And I was like, that's not. And then crazy blonde bitch is all like, oh my gosh, let's just dispose of the body and pretend this never happened, totally. And they all go along with it except for one girl who's just like, maybe we should I don't know, contact the police or something. And then it's kind of like Pretty Little Liars. They get a text. And it's like, I know what you did. It doesn't say that, but
9 months later, by the way. 9 months later, they get a text. It's all like, oh, snap. It's a picture of a tire iron. And they're like, oh my god, that's the thing we
it's a picture of the tire iron because there's the blood on the end.
Yeah, okay. The tire iron.
And it's and they're like, oh my god,
oh god, every time they step into Home Hardware or Canadian Tire, after that point, they freak out. But they're like, oh no, somebody knows, and sure enough,
they were like, oh no, it's totally just Garrett, the guy who was the boyfriend who cheated on the
and killed him.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just Garrett being a prick. He's gone insane by this point. And so and then people start dying off, and
the killer is
2 situations
dressed in a black graduation
gown because
with
they
a
start
hood and shit.
Yeah, because they start killing on graduation day.
Yeah.
So.
And they're using the silliest weapon. Kind of cool in concept, but super silly.
Well, yeah.
It's a tire iron, and at one end is a knife, just a full knife.
Yeah, one end's a knife.
The other end's like a prod thing.
Yeah,
one end is a spear, sort of harpoon sort of thing.
I think the other one's just a regular tire iron.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, and so there's
he's going around, he's killing all of them one by
first
one.
they think it's Garrett, then they
then they kill Garrett.
Yeah, then they kill Garrett, and they're like, oh, I guess it's not Garrett, because, they figured it out for some reason, it wasn't Garrett after he died. And then they're like, oh no, it's gotta be Megan, she came back from the dead, and I'm like, There's no possible way. There is literally no physically possible way that stabbing someone through the heart with a tire iron could end up in them coming back to life.
Shaft.
Yeah, they threw her down a mine shaft.
When they said it was a mine shaft, I was like, well, I guess considering this is a slasher, you could have like found another exit. But no, they think it's
they stabbed her through the heart with a tire iron.
Still, then they think it looks like it's Kyle, but that's boring as hell. So it's not the bitchy girl's boyfriend Kyle.
Yeah.
And then. Spoiler alert, we always spoil shit in these videos.
It turns out to be like the one
It's Ren
girl.
From A.
Yes!
Barely concealing an accent.
A, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Ren
from A!
It's literally Ren playing like the girl who was like, maybe we should call the police.
It's that British folk from the picture movies.
Yeah, he's like, he goes in between like British and like...
Yeah, he can't keep the accent going. But it's funny because there's been a lot of rumors this season on Pretty Little Liars that he's going to be A, and he's totally the killer in this.
He's A in this.
Yeah, he legitimately is A.
Because he sent them texts and stuff like, oh, I know what you did and stuff.
His reason is essentially that they're shitty people and that him and his girlfriend should not have to deal with shitty people.
I really think it shouldn't have been him. It could have been way better. Like, his reasoning is just too bad.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
it's better
Ellie,
than Kyle, but...
Like, the smart girl told me everything, and so I'm, like...
Why? Why would you even tell him?
Why
it's never shown that they have any, like... Hell, it's implied that they didn't even have any, like...
Contact
after that until the graduation, so...
So, like, what?
It's a bit weird.
And he's like, oh, I came because all your, like, sorority sister girls are, like, bitches and sluts and stuff.
And so we had to kill him.
We had to kill her. And, like, they told other people, so we had to kill a bunch of other people, too. You know, and then he's like, oh, you wanna go help me kill the other girl?
Yeah, because one of them, all he needs is, like, one of them to slip up.
Yeah. And
then... tell the psychiatrist to get you drunk sometime. And then your life is totally ruined because you're with all these girls. That's not your fault. So let's go kill the rest of them.
Yeah. The funniest line in the entire movie, I think I'm actually probably going to save for the zinger, so I'm not even going to mention it. Alright.
He's like...
I think we've done the synopsis pretty well. Yeah. Essentially, he dies in a fire, and the ending implies that Garrett is going to come back as a bad guy, which I get, but it
implies that because
don't try and make a series out of this. This is not a series thing.
It implies that, like, in a way that Megan's little sister came back, and they're like, oh, what if she's a killer for, like, 2 minutes, but she wasn't a killer, so obvious. And then she came back, and she was like, I plan to join this sorority group for the next time when you guys aren't here anymore, and because you graduated, and
we said like 15 months later, we see she is a part of the group.
Later, she's part of the group, and there's like a bunch of sorority girls. And she's like, yeah, sorority, this person.
And it shows somebody's watching with a trowel.
And it shows like, and there's a bunch of guys.
They got scars.
And he's got a scar on his wrist, and it mentioned that he was suicidal.
Yeah.
And that Garrett was suicidal when he got insane. There was scars on his wrist, so.
He saw the scars on his hand when he.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood on his...
They make a lot of, like, suicidal references.
He died with a car.
Which...
He got hit by a car. The blonde girl hit him with a car twice. Like, ran
the kills were really good in this movie.
Yeah, they were... That's, like, I give, like...
A lot of mouth-related kills.
Yeah.
To be fair, mouth and neck-related kills.
Because the flare in the mouth.
The flare in the mouth. The bottle in the mouth. The stabbing through the mouth.
Yeah.
The stabbing through the neck. And the other stabbing through the neck are the main kills in this film.
Yeah.
Which...
Kills were really good.
They were really well done.
They were, I give like 9.5 out of 10 for the kills. Because sometimes you didn't get to see them.
Yeah,
like when they stabbed him through the throat in the thing.
What about the weapon?
The weapon we mentioned, it was like...
Yeah,
it's a bit silly.
It's silly. It's like...
cool in theory, but it's silly.
It's cool in theory, but if you were to actually try to use it...
That's why, like, when you see the Garrett thing in the end, it's like, oh, maybe there'll be a sequel. I'm like, don't give me, like, the tire iron killer sequel thing. That's kind of shitty.
Well, to be fair, he didn't have tire iron. He had a hole.
Yeah, he had a hole.
A hole.
He had like
Scariest.
a gardening tool.
Also, like, the effects were kind of... there's a lot of, like, CG stuff done in this.
I don't really... I don't watch a lot of movies, so it just looked real to me.
The digital book.
Like, it didn't obviously
like the fire.
Real.
Like, when he falls into the fire at the end, and it looks like the end...
Dante's Inferno.
It looks like the end of, like, freaking
It looks like he's going to hell. I mean,
it does.
It's not a house on fire at this point.
Yeah,
he
he literally looks like he's
Do you
dropping
remember
into
the
the
scene at
first
the
layer
end
of
of
hell.
like Hunchback of Notre Dame when he falls off into the fire and stuff like that? And yeah, that's essentially what that was. Like there's flames everywhere. It's crazy. And it doesn't really look realistic. Even the fire in the general house doesn't look very realistic. And some of the more like visual stabby kills, this might be the reason why they didn't show some of them, were a bit on the cheesier side. Even like one of the ones I really liked but was expecting for the entire movie, the flare gun kill.
Oh yeah, for the entire movie, they introduced the flare gun like.
Well, like they introduced the flare gun like 20 minutes before like she actually dies, and I'm like, all right, she's down with the flare gun.
Oh,
She's got the flare gun.
Yeah.
She has the flare gun when they go to the to see Garrett, I think. So it's a little while.
Oh yeah, no, she takes it out when they see Garrett.
Yeah, which is a little while before they go back and everything happens.
Oh yeah, but it's not too long because they go back and then she dies.
Yeah, but like there's a good amount of time where I was like, she's down with a flare gun. The amount of time she's mentioned I have a flare gun, she's down with a flare gun. But like the effects for the like melted area around her, they're also pretty cheesy.
It was good though. It was a good idea. It could have been better done, like shown, but it was a good idea.
Yeah. This movie was pretty good. The ending was kind of meh. The characters are pretty stupid. But the kills were okay.
The movie is good, but I'd say it's like a good watch. Like you should watch it.
Yeah, it's fine for a watch.
I'd recommend you to watch it, but I wouldn't say it's a good movie.
Rent it on VHS at your local Blockbuster. But like yeah, that's what it is. It's essentially a watch, but other than that, it's nothing special. It isn't what it's remaking, and even if it's based off its original script, clearly the first draft of the script wasn't as good as the final thing. So, yeah, they just didn't have the rights.
This is a movie that had nothing to do with Sorority Row, House on Sorority Row, and more than likely somebody had a script, a totally different script, kind of like Carry the Rage, and they're like, there's sorority people in this. We can kind of make this a remake. But it's not, though. That's okay.
That's what I feel with Black Xmas sometimes.
We can do that anyway. But it's not, though.
No, it's
all right. It's totally okay.
Yeah.
It'll have a ninja tire arm.
The comparison really doesn't help it, either. Like, having to compare it to, an excellent slasher movie does not help its case whatsoever.
Compare it to any slasher movie.
No, like, if it was its own thing, if it was like...
I say like it was.
I can't think of a good name right now.
It was a slasher movie, but it wasn't like. It was a good like watch movie, like a cheesy watch movie, but I wouldn't say it was a very good slasher movie because you didn't see a lot of the kills. All you saw
didn't
was
see a
really
lot of the
blood.
kills. The best kill was probably like the first real one.
Yeah, when he stabbed her through the.
No, what? She's drinking a bottle of
that is my favorite.
wine.
That's a really good
smacks it down into her throat twice and then breaks it in her throat.
Yeah, it's like
and
stuck in her throat. And then she's like,
it's brilliant.
Just like pouring it down. And then he smacks again. And it's like her neck goes up because it's going down her neck. And then he smacks and it breaks down her throat. And you see the blood come up and stuff.
It's really cool.
We'll find out if he actually is A too. By the way,
that's true. Next week we might find out.
I haven't watched Pretty Little Liars recently.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, but I didn't see anything before that.
I hope he's not A. But honestly, I don't know who I hope is A at this point anymore.
Yeah.
In the show. I just really want something to, like, surprise me.
It just turns into a Pretty Little Liars.
It's hard to not make the comparisons when your killer is a major suspect in another show where he might be the killer.
Yeah.
Who sends texts related to a murder and terrorizes a bunch of girls.
But he's do another show for, like, Amazon called Hand to God with Ron Perlman, where this guy is, like, this kind of, like, morally corrupt, like, cop or something like that. And he, for some reason, he thinks he hears the voice of God tell him to, like, become a vigilante.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I want to watch that now. Can we watch that? That sounds awesome.
That's not out yet.
Oh, well, I'm going to watch that.
So, guys, what's your review, basically, on this film?
What's my rating, you mean?
Yeah, give it a rating.
It's like a 7, maybe.
I give it like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10.
It's like, it's okay.
Out of 10.
7 what out of 10, though?
Oh,
Tire
7
irons.
tire irons is the obvious choice here.
7 tire irons out of 10 tire irons.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad. I'll give it 7.5.
No, because it wasn't like it was a good.
It wasn't
like,
exceptional,
On
that's
its
the
own, it was
problem.
okay, but
Yeah.
if like for the type of movie it was, like if you look and like compare
It's
it to
definitely
others,
not
it's
passing
not-
over into the 8 category.
No, it's not going to 8. But I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.25 mouth flares out of 10.
Yeah,
Because, tires, no bombs.
it's obvious. Oh, Dad wants us to say it first so we can say the more like unique one.
It was
Alright.
really
I
that
always
unique,
do.
but-
So I've got a grilled cheese over there and the kettle boiling. So for
Yeah.
me right now, it's time for tea for Cass.
It's time for me to sit right next to the window because it's really, really hot in here.
It's true.
Every time I come here, it's super hot in the living room. Oh my gosh, I'm melting.
And Matthew, I'm guessing you've got your stinger ready.
All right, now let's go kill Ellie and go to my parents' cabin for some well-needed R&R.
I'm Aaron. This is Cass. This is Matt. And we are out of here. Have a good night.